Now, did your relationship with the Master Sergeant continue to be amicable?
I at some point in time, there was a little, I would call a little gray area that developed.
How did that come about?
Though, upon apparently deciding to stay on in power, realized that he had to make certain moves. Now, General Thomas Quiwonkpa, and any Liberian yesterday, today, and tomorrow will tell you, developed to be one of the most respected members of that government throughout. Now, though got into a position where he wanted to stay on, Quiwonkpa was one of those that had bought the general argument across the board that he needed to return to barracks. General Thomas Quiwonkpa is very strong. He is the commanding general of the armed forces. All the soldiers respect him. The civilian population respect him. He's in favor of a return to civilian rule. So Doe decides that he has to make a move by weakening Quiwonkpa's position. He then decides that the only way he can weaken Quiwonkpa is to move him, and it was a smart move, was to move him from the position of commanding general, move him to the Capitol building, the official offices of the People's Redemption Council that had been used by previous legislators, and make him Secretary General of the Council, which is just an office job. Put one of his own crown generals in charge of the armed forces, thus making Quiwonkpa weak and unable to do anything. Now, Doe is aware that some of us are very close to Quiwonkpa, and we will go to any length to protect him too. A lot of the members of the armed forces, upon the whispering of this particular move, decide that before this happened, Quiwonkpa has the loyalty of the army and the population, that Quiwonkpa should remove Doe. All of us agree. I agreed. A lot of us that were close to him agreed that this should happen. So Quiwonkpa now refuses to take the position of Secretary General, and there is a stalemate. Doe charges that he is what they call in the army, this is insubordination, he said. And what they decide to do then is to put Quiwonkpa out of the barracks. By that I mean the BTC, and that if he did not accept this position, he would no longer be commanding general. By this time, there's tension developing in the country. Those of us that have agreed that Quiwonkpa should not go are standing our grounds, and Doe leaves the country, and we tell Quiwonkpa it's time to make your move. But this was a very nice young man. Quiwonkpa decides that he would do it, but if there were bloodshed involved, he wanted nothing to do with it. So those of us that knew Doe decided that we would leave before he returned from Europe and wreak havoc on us. And so I left, and others left. Quiwonkpa was eventually placed on house arrest.
Now, which year was that, Mr. Turner?
We're talking about 83.